corners of the world.
And today we're doing a deep dive into a really fascinating session from that event.
Yeah, we've got notes from Elizabeth, who's a PhD student in biomedical imaging, and Professor Huiting from physical therapy and assistive technology.
And the topic was officially job search preparations.
Right, but if you're picturing, like, how to format your resume, that is not what this was.
Not at all. It felt more like a session on, I don't know, mental strategy, a mind game.
It really was. They boiled it down to two main things: bravery and networking.
Mm-hmm.
But they started with this Gen Z term I wasn't expecting.
Delulu.
Yeah. Which, for anyone who doesn't know, is shorthand for delusional.
And Elizabeth actually pitched this as a legitimate career strategy. I mean, she told a story about applying for a research job at Academia Sinica.
A job that specifically asked for a master's degree.
Right, and she was an undergrad. Most people would just, see that and immediately close the tab.
You wouldn't even apply. You'd reject yourself.
Exactly, but she did it anyway. She had that Delulu confidence, and she got the job. Her whole point was that you need that little bit of irrational self-belief to get past your own imposter syndrome.
And what's so interesting is that Professor Huiting came in right after that with hard data to back it up.
Yeah, that statistic about the confidence gap was, it was really something.
It was. She said that a lot of Asian candidates and women will wait until they meet, 80 or 90% of the job criteria?
Well, other groups will hit apply at just 50 or 60%.
That is a huge difference in approach. One group is basically waiting for perfection, and the other is just taking the shot.
But, they did draw a very clear line in the sand. This doesn't apply to everything.
Oh, for sure. You can't be Delulu your way into performing surgery.
Exactly. Huiting talked about hard skills versus gray areas. A medical license, a license to practice physical therapy. That's a hard skill. It's binary. You either have it or you don't.
But then you have the gray areas. And this is where that 60% rule really lives.
Right. Like knowing a certain programming language. The listing asks for R, but you're an expert in Python.
The logic is transferable. So you're basically asking the employer to bet on your potential to learn that other 40%. You just have to give them the chance to make that bet.
So step one is stop rejecting yourself. But that brought them to their second big point, which honestly might be even more critical.
The hidden job market.
Huiting was very open about this. She said her first hospital job and her postdoc in the U.S. were both basically secured before an official ad ever went up.
Which means if you are only looking at job boards online, you're probably just seeing the leftovers.
In a lot of cases, yeah. The positions get filled through networks first. You have to be in the loop.
Okay, so this is the part where networking comes up and every introvert listening just starts to tune out.
I know, it has such a bad reputation. But they gave a really specific and I think much better way to do it, the elevator talk.
But not the cheesy kind. This was about doing your homework first.
Exactly. So you're at a conference, you don't just walk up and say hello. You find a speaker after their talk, and you mention something specific.
So the formula is kind of, I really appreciated your work on X. It actually connects to my research on Y.
And I was just wondering what you think about Z. It shifts the whole dynamic. It's not a transaction. It's a conversation between peers.
Right. And Huiting's final point was that this whole networking and reputation building thing starts way, way earlier.
It starts in the classroom. She calls it your soft reputation.
Basically, your professors are your future gatekeepers.
And they see everything. Who's late, who's engaged, who meets deadlines. When someone calls them for a reference, they aren't asking about your GPA.
They're asking if you're reliable, if you're a person they'd want to work with. Your behavior today is pretty much the first draft of your recommendation letter tomorrow.
It all ties together, Being visible, applying for the job, doing the elevator talk, even just participating in class, you have to be visible to get lucky.
And they closed with two quotes that just summed it all up. The first was, your network is your net worth.
And then that classic Wayne Gretzky quote, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
A cliche for a reason, I guess.
Well, the data backs it up.
So here's a challenge for you, for anyone listening. This week, find one job description where you only meet about 60% of the qualifications.
Just one where your gut reaction is, oh, not yet.
Just apply. Be a little delulu. See what happens.
And maybe ask yourself, who holds the keys in your hidden job market? And do they even know you exist?
Thanks for diving in with us.
See you next time.